Welcome to my story time by mybooksummary.com. Get ready for quick wisdom of countless stories and explore. Wemberly Worried by Kevin Henkes is a heartwarming and relatable story that addresses the common childhood anxiety of worrying about new experiences, particularly those that involve change or the unknown. Through the character of Wemberly, a small mouse with big worries, Kevin Henkes explores themes of fear, friendship, and the comfort that comes from finding others who share our concerns. The book begins with Wemberly, a young mouse who worries about everything. She worries when she wakes up, and she worries when she goes to bed. She worries about the weather, about being late, about people, and most of all, she worries about going to school. Her parents, despite being supportive and understanding, can't seem to calm her fears. Wemberly's worries are so vast and all-encompassing that they fill every part of her life, making even the simplest of tasks seem overwhelming. However, as the story progresses, Wemberly begins to realize that she is not alone in her anxieties, and that with a little courage, she can face the challenges that worry her. Wemberly's early worries. From the very first page, we are introduced to Wemberly, a small mouse with big, noticeable ears, indicative of her heightened sense of alertness and sensitivity. Her constant state of worry is illustrated by the many things she frets over, each of which is presented with a delightful but exaggerated sense of worry. Wemberly's constant fretting is both comical and relatable, making her an instantly likable character for young readers. The simple illustrations, with soft pastel colors, beautifully mirror Wemberly's soft but troubled nature. Henkes uses simple yet powerful language to communicate Wemberly's worries. She worries about the crack in the sidewalk and the big dark clouds in the sky. These fears may seem trivial to adults, but to Wemberly, they are real and pressing. This is a sentiment many children can relate to. Fears that seem small to others, but are overwhelming to them. This aspect of the book serves as a reminder to parents and caregivers that what may seem insignificant to an adult can feel monumental to a child. Her biggest worry, however, is the upcoming first day of school. She imagines every possible scenario that could go wrong. She might not find the right place to sit, or perhaps she'll be too shy to make any friends. The illustrations of Wemberly pacing back and forth, her mind swirling with all her imagined troubles, show just how pervasive her worry is. Her parents try to reassure her, but nothing seems to work. This captures the frustration that both children and parents experience when a fear, no matter how small, takes over. Wemberly's parents and their efforts. Throughout the story, Wemberly's parents serve as loving, patient figures who try to alleviate her anxieties. They listen to her concerns, comfort her, and try to reassure her that everything will be fine. They even suggest that Wemberly might like school, but these assurances fall on deaf ears. Wemberly's worry is simply too strong to be soothed by words alone. Despite their best efforts, the parents can't completely calm their daughter, and this dynamic is relatable to any parent who has tried to ease a child's fear, only to find that the child's mind races with unspoken worries. Wemberly's parents show a wonderful balance of care and understanding. They are not dismissive of her feelings, and their attempts to help her feel better are gentle and kind. They provide a sense of safety and security, but they are also careful not to invalidate Wemberly's emotions. Instead, they acknowledge her feelings, which helps her feel understood. This subtle portrayal of parenting is both tender and reassuring, and it highlights the importance of validating a child's emotions. The first day of school, a new experience. Despite all her worries, the day finally arrives for Wemberly to go to school. Her mother gives her a comforting hug, but Wemberly is still filled with fear. As she walks to school, the anxiety that has built up over the past few days comes to a head. She imagines that school will be a terrible experience. Her worries build to a crescendo as she imagines herself being all alone and not fitting in. The tension is palpable in the illustrations, with Wemberly's anxious expression and hunched posture illustrating her nervousness. When she finally arrives at school, Wemberly is faced with a sea of new faces, new experiences, and new places to navigate. It's a lot for any child to take in, especially one who has spent so much time imagining the worst. But as the day goes on, Wemberly's worries begin to fade, little by little. She finds comfort in the routine of the classroom, and the friendly faces of the other children. For the first time, she feels a bit of relief. As the day progresses, her worries about finding the right place to sit and meeting new friends begin to melt away. This turning point in the story is crucial. It demonstrates that sometimes, our fears are much worse in our imaginations than in reality. Wemberly's fears about school were based on what could happen, not on what actually did happen. This is a lesson that is important for both children and adults. It's easy to get caught up in worries and let them grow out of proportion, but the book gently suggests that by facing our fears head-on, we often realize they aren't as insurmountable as we imagined. Meeting a friend, a turning point. One of the most pivotal moments in the story is when Wemberly meets a girl named Jewel. Jewel is another mouse who has her own worries about school, and it is this shared experience that draws the two characters together. Wemberly's initial fear of being alone fades when she realizes that she isn't the only one feeling anxious. Jewel's presence serves as a comforting reminder that other people feel the same way, and it's okay to share those feelings. The simple act of meeting someone who shares her worries makes Wemberly feel less isolated. And it's in this moment that she begins to feel more at ease. The bond between Wemberly and Jewel serves as a beautiful illustration of the power of friendship. It's not just that they share similar fears, but that their connection allows them to feel stronger and more secure. It's a reminder that we don't have to face our fears alone. Having a friend by our side can make all the difference. For children, this moment provides hope that even in unfamiliar situations, they can find comfort in others. The resolution, overcoming fear. By the end of the day, Wemberly is no longer the anxious, fretful mouse who was too worried to even go to school. She has learned that the unknown is not as scary as it seems, and she has discovered that she is capable of handling new situations. Wemberly's growth throughout the book is subtle but profound. She starts as a character defined by her worries, but by the end, she has learned to confront them. The resolution comes not just from the events of the day, but from the internal shift that happens within Wemberly herself. She has learned that the world is full of surprises, some of which are good, and others she can handle with courage. The final illustration of Wemberly walking home with Jewel by her side shows her transformation. The burden of her worries has been lifted, and the joy of new friendship shines through. Wemberly is no longer alone in her anxieties, and this shared experience has made her more confident and secure. The story closes on a hopeful note, offering children a sense of optimism about new experiences and the challenges that come with them. Final thoughts. The value of facing worry. Wemberly Worried is a beautifully crafted story that resonates with both children and parents. Kevin Henkes uses simple language and engaging illustrations to tackle a complex emotion, worry, in a way that is accessible to young readers. The story is a gentle reminder that fears are often magnified in our minds, and that by confronting them, we can often find that they aren't as intimidating as they first seemed. Wemberly's journey from worry to confidence is one that many children can relate to, making the book a valuable tool for helping children navigate their own anxieties. Ultimately, the book teaches a powerful lesson, that we are not alone in our fears, and by facing them, we can find comfort and strength in ourselves and in others. This book, with its relatable themes, lovable characters, and engaging narrative, offers a comforting and reassuring message to both children and adults alike. Wemberly's story is one of growth, courage, and the importance of friendship, lessons that will stay with readers long after the final page is turned. Stay tuned for more enlightening content. Head over to www.mybooksummary.com. Don't forget to subscribe and share the magic with friends, and let's grow together through the power of books and interesting stories.